Good morning. I am one of the senior English teacher of St. Clair School. My name is Devashish Ghosh. Although we are all home locked due to COVID-19, it is a widespread of this disease and you cannot attend your school. So it was told by Jawaharlal Nehru that country-wide classroom. So today from my home I am just presenting a small video to teach you a lesson. This is about Class 8 English Literature, and here I have presented the whole year syllabus for 2020 and 2021. I have presented the whole syllabus also. Poetry, the lessons are 2, 7, 12, 14 and 20. I have given you oblique. The first part is for first assessment and the second part is for the second assessment examination. For prose, the lessons are 1, 5, 6, 8, 9, oblique 13, 15, 16, 18, 19 and 21. It same as the before. The first part for the first assessment examination and the second part is for the second assessment examination. And I shall prepare the board pattern question as it is prepared in the board, and you need to answer the paraphrase only. Paraphrase means reference to contest. For assessment examination, you need to answer 5 questions in total. Each question contains 10 marks and each extract has 5 small questions. That means 2 multiplied by 5 is 10. So you need to answer 25 questions total in your 2 hours time. So it is all about your syllabus. Although we don't know that how long we are able to continue the classes, but from this classroom, from this home tutorials, I hope that it will help you a lot. Now let me come to my lesson. The lesson 1, prose, which I am going to teach you today about the author. The author of this lesson is H. Munro, and the story is Mrs. Packletide's Tiger. Now just let me tell you something about the author. H. Munro, he was a British, that means he was an English author. His real name was Hector Hugh Munro. Pen name Saki, because during that times the authors or the writers, they used to write in disguise. So his disguised name or the pen name was Shaki. He was born on 18 December 1870 at Myanmar in Burma. Because his father was working in the British Army and he got his posting at Burma. And his death was 14th November 1916, Beaumont, France. His father was in British Army. I have told you he was high school passed from Bassington grade in Great Britain. So our author H. Munro is a very little education. He was a surgeon in British Army for 4 years and fought World War First World War. Along with his military career, he wrote stories, short stories, and poems also. The Open Window, Dust, Matchmaker, Agony of War, Unbearable Bassington. So these are his famous writing. He was compared with O. Henry, Dorothy Parkers, Oscar Wilde, Lewis Carroll, and Rudyard Kipling. He died in the First World War at Hohenzollern, Germany. This is all about our author. Now let me come to my lesson today. The lesson is the story, the lesson 1 story, Mrs. Packletide's Tiger. Here 3 ladies are involved in this story. The story circle around the characters, 3 characters. The first character is Mrs. Packletide. Mrs. Packletide, she was an arrogant, boastful, and jealous upper-class woman. The second was Luna Brimberton. Luna Brimberton was an English model, renowned drama actress, and adventure-seeking woman. The third one was Louisa Mabin. Louisa Mabin was a cunning and greedy woman, acted as a guide to Mrs. Packletide, and she blackmails Mrs. Packletide in the end. So you will come to know when I am going to discuss the story. And the fact is about the mystery, jealousy, vanity, blackmail, and mischievousness. So the plot, which opens in 1902, during that time the story was plotted, and in 1902 no tiger project was there. So killing a tiger was not a crime. So killing of a tiger was a sports, and it was encouraged by the British government as an act of bravery. So Luna Bimbertons, she hired an Algerian aeroplanes and roamed about the jungles of Africa and shot a tiger. Her picture was displayed on the front page of the weekly magazine. And she had a very close friend. Her name was Mrs. Packletide. When Mrs. Packletide came to know about this story, she was very much jealous. And just to put down his friend, he made a plan to kill a tiger and to display it and to become the subject of the front page of the magazine. So with this mischievous plan, she hired a lady. Her name was Louisa Mabin, who is going to help her in the hunting. And she chose the Indian forest, which is now known as Uttar Pradesh, or you just know it as Jim Corbett National Park. So during that time it was a forest. So this lady, she was very cunning. She declared 1,000 rupees, Indian money, 1,000 rupees as an award. Those will help her to kill the tiger. And the date was fixed. So on the scheduled date, she was made to sit on a platform with a villager and Louisa Mabin as her companion. So she was just waiting on the platform with a gun, and there was a goat which was tied with a tree, and it can make a very high bleat. And it was just projected that the tiger is old and sick, and so that it can be easily killed. So the tiger was guarded by the villagers, and they beat the drums to draw the tigers towards the bread of the goat. And when the tiger came near, and Mrs. Mabin told Mrs. Packletide, you take your target and shoot the tiger. This is the great chance. And he pulled the trigger and shot the gun. The bullet came out from her gun and the tiger fell dead. And all over the forest, the villagers, they came running, they are rejoicing, and a party was held in the city. And before that, she declared that during the next birthday of her friend Luna Bimberton, she would present her a tiger claws gift as a brooch, tiger claws brooch, which is put on the upper shoulders of the British woman. And they rejoiced in the party, but Mrs. Luna Bimberton, she did not take it as a easy matter, because it was a matter of prestige for her. Her image was broken, and just she accepted the gift. And when everything is over, Mr. Mabin, he came out with the fact that that your bullet shot down the goat, and the tiger, it was actually died by heart attack, because the tiger was very weak and old, and the sound of the bullet make her to collapse and died by heart attack, not by a bullet shot, because on the body of the tiger no bullet was found. So that was a mystery, and just to keep, not to disclose the mystery to anybody, she demanded a lump sum of money. And there the lady gave her near about 80,000 pound, 800 pound to keep her mouth shut. And in this way, our the heroines of this story, Mrs. Packletide, take oath that she will never go in such an expensive venture. Now, this is all about the story. I think you have understood the story, and just I am giving you some taxes, some paraphrase or reference to contest questions, and each paraphrase contain 5 questions. I hope that you will be able to answer this question, and when we meet after the reopening of the school, you should submit this question as an homework.